Morning, Steve Friddy in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, overnight, soybeans continue to trend lower. After Friday's USDA report, we're down another 23 cents, and we're getting closer to $14 on the January soybeans. That was considered support during and after the drought situation. But right now, market seems to be focused on liquidating the long after the report, and also the South American weather. And in general, it's pretty favorable. After heavy rains so far this year in Argentina and southern Brazil, those areas are beginning to dry out. And after being dry for most of the early season in northern Brazil, they're beginning to see scattered showers. So we really can't find anything bullish at this point out of South America. Corn's actually a couple cents higher. The report on Friday, you'd have to say, is considered neutral. While the government really didn't change the crop number and demand numbers, it still is a tight situation, and we'll have to see if we break out of this tight trading range at all, or just kind of go sideways at these prices. Wheat's a little bit lower. I think the trade liquidating out of some long positions after the USDA lowered their estimate of U.S. wheat exports. I think the trade was looking for actually a higher export number. And when we look at the private estimates of S&Ds on Friday after the USDA report, in wheat they all have lower ending stocks than the USDA, and they also have higher export numbers. So we'll have to be watching that pretty closely. In general, we think the trends are kind of locked in with a little bit lower bean trade. Corn about sideways to unchanged. And I think wheat might have a little bounce in it if there's any export demand that actually does show up, with our U.S. prices competitive now in the world. Usually this time of year we get pretty quiet going into the end of the year, and we expect that to happen again this year. And we continue to have a lot of discussion about the U.S. economy, and if Congress can do something before the Christmas recess to perhaps extend some of the Bush tax cuts and do something to avoid the economy going off the fiscal cliff. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services or ADM, and have a safe and profitable trading day.
That does carry free. I think there will be some concerns about Fed independence, but you're able to address that. And clearly, the Fed really wants to be perceived as independent and doing the right thing each month or each meeting when they